So now we were talking about creating a book. So I like to use ChatGPT, and basically here is a sample of one of the chapters in my upcoming book, the book that coincides with this course. So I had already, somewhere down here had created a chapter, and I said, rewrite this in a more casual and even funny tone, because basically I told it what I wanted it to talk about, and, I had already typed up kind of a rough draft, so to speak, told it to make it more elegant, but what it came up with was too serious. So this is like what it originally came up with. So I said, rewrite this in a more casual and even a funny tone. So basically, I copied and pasted all this here, and then this is what it gave me. So basically, what I did was I liked how it sounded this way. So then I said, okay, in that same tone, redo this chapter. So then I copied and pasted the next chapter. That's the next chapter here that I copied and pasted. And then this is what it gave me. And then I said, in the same tone, redo this chapter. And I put in the next chapter. And so on and so forth it goes. So basically, you just have to keep prompting it. What it gives you initially, you're probably not going to like. It's not really in your tone. It's not your style. And so you just have to kind of keep prompting it. And then once it writes a chapter for you that is how you want it to sound, you can then say, okay, in the same tone, rewrite this other chapter. And then it just keeps rewriting chapters. Basically, what I then do is the chapters that it rewrites that I like, I will just copy and paste. We can click this copy and then copy that into a Google Doc or straight into Readsy or Atticus or whatever formatting platform you're using. The problem with saying copy is, I'm sure if you've used ChatGPT, you've noticed this. Like instead of bolding stuff, it'll have stars or whatever. So I actually just copy and paste it because then it will actually bring everything over. So hopefully this gives you a very brief overview on what you can do with this. I recommend doing it one chapter at a time because it's not going to write a whole book in one go. It can only do so many characters or letters or words or whatever in one thing. So if you're writing a book that's like 10,000 words or something, and that's a small book. Those are about the size of my books. It's not going to do that. So you really need to do it one chapter at a time. And then, you just copy and paste it into a Word doc or straight into your formatting platform that you decide to use. And then if you're trying to come up with a title, for example, you could even do that. So I said, create a book title for Amplified Authority. This is what I came up with. I said, redo talking about this. And then it gave me this, redo. You just have to keep prompting it. And then one I liked, and I said, okay, well, give me 100 titles similar. And so it gave me 100 titles. And then you don't have to pick just one as is. If there's certain, say I liked AI Empire, but I didn't like the rest of this, and I like this. The title could be AI Empire, Build, Influence, Leads, and Robot. You can mix and match, however. So then I said, come up with various titles for this. And he gave me some more titles. So it's just the thing about ChatGPT or any kind of, AI software is that you just have to prompt the heck out of it. And as you can see here on the side, I've been using this over a year and it keeps track of everything. And so it can go back and kind of builds on each other. And it can go back and it'll basically like keep a memory. But yeah, the more you use it, the more it gets to know you, your writing style, your history. It just builds. So you definitely, starting out scratch, you're really going to have to prompt the heck out of it. So yes, ChatGPT and AI generated content, it does speed up the process. It does help you write better, but you still have to have the ideas. I mean, you could say, hey, give me some ideas for XYZ. I mean, in that case, but for the most part, you need to have kind of a game plan on your topic and what stuff you want to be sure you cover. You do have to keep prompting it. You do have to keep adjusting it. It's definitely not going to get it right the first time. You have to be patient with it. The nice thing about doing this is that you likely wouldn't have to hire an editor because the punctuation, capitalization, grammar, all of that should be correct. So yeah, it's definitely an affordable way to write. is a faster, efficient way to write. You can write a book, and technically, you could write a book in a day, but I say a week. And now the thing is, you do want to include something in the beginning of your ebook, like in the front matter, that you used AI, at least to some degree. And a lot of people, they know that they need to write a book, but maybe they're not a natural writer, or they get stuck in their head and they can't get words and thoughts and concepts on paper. So this just really helps formulate sentences and paragraphs and chapters based on the information you can give it. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. And yes, I do offer a service where I can do this for you. We have a consultation. You tell me the subject matter, the key concepts, things like that. We create an outline and go from there. But I can do all this for you and then get it formatted, get it published to Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all of that. Just reach out to me if we can schedule a call if that sounds like something that you're interested in.